Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening as we call this 83rd regular session order. I'll be giving the invocation and then the pledge of the flag. If you would all please stand and join us. Dear Lord, thank you very much for your guidance and your wisdom, and bestow upon us the ability to follow that. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll be following the rules of procedure adopted by this administration on December 20th, 2016. If you have a cell phone or electronic device, would you please mute it, as I am doing right now. All correspondence distribution to elected officials should be provided to the city clerk and should include a copy for the city clerk for inclusion in the official record. The next meeting dates in October are October 1st, 8th, and the 15th. They're all work sessions at 4 p.m. and then a regular session at 7 p.m. There is no meeting scheduled for Tuesday, October 29th. Well, we are breaking new ground this evening, folks, as we're going to appoint 13 young adults to the Youth Advisory Council. And I'd like to get a motion. We'll do that appointment first, and then I will swear those individuals in, and then we'll continue with the rest of the appointments, okay?
Do you want me to read all of the names?
Yeah, one after another, just go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I move to appoint the following individuals to the Hagerstown Youth Advisory Council. Casey Allison, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Lauren Asbury, term to expire August 31st, 2020. Demaria Atkinson, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Zachary Brooks, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Keandra Hauser, term to expire August 31st, 2020. Tashira Lloyd, term to expire August 31st, 2020. Maya Murthy, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Summer Seward, term to expire August 31st, 2020. Ethan Van Meter, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Deanna Beckton, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Kevin Bocombe, term to expire August 31st, 2021. Mariama Chom, term to expire August 31st, 2020. And Madison Yorkowski, term to expire August 31st, 2021.
Second.
Give that to Austin. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Okay, could I have, I'm going to call you about that. Casey Allison, come forward. Lauren Asbury. Demaria Atkinson. Zachary Brooks. Keandra Hauser. Shira Lloyd. Maya Murthy. Summer Seward. Ethan Van Meter. Deanna Beckton. Kevin Bocombe. Mariama Cham, and Madison Yorkowski. Why don't you guys line up here? We'll do, there's 13 of you, we'll do 6 and 7. How's that sound? 6 people right here, facing that way. So you guys are all smart. Come on. 6, okay, 7 across here. Behind, there we go, line up. There we go. All right. This is the biggest swearing in I've ever done, okay? This is not military. Only you guys aren't fighting for your country, you're fighting for the city of Hagerstown and moving us forward. We're very appreciative, I can tell you that right now, and very excited to get your input, to get you involved. So thank you very much for volunteering. This is not a paid position, you understand that. Okay. Everybody raise your right hand. I'm going to say I, and you're going to say I and then your names, okay? I do swear to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and to be faithful
and
bear true allegiance
true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution
and support the Constitution
and laws thereof
and laws thereof
and the charter and ordinances
and the charter and ordinances
of the city of Hagerstown.
of the city of Hagerstown.
And I will,
And I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Youth Advisory Council
Youth Advisory Council,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and the laws of this state.
and the laws of this state.
Congratulations. Can I get Casey Allison first? Casey, here's your certificate of qualification. This is a beautiful certificate. And I need you to sign your name for me. Right here. Thank you very much. Lauren Asper. Mary, qualification.
Mr. Mayor, can we get a group picture so they don't all sit down?
We could sure get a group
I would
picture.
love
Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Zachary Brooks. Cam. Your name right there. Sheila. Maya. Summer. Ethan. Or you thought it was Yeah. Deanna Beckett.
She's not here.
Well,
She's not here. I know.
Kevin? Mariana? In Madison? Shelley, you want them over here?
That would,
And council members?
yes, thank you.
Shelley's running the show, so.
I'm not running the show.
Right here.
I
I
can
know,
run the show.
kind of like we have the tall guys in the back. Yeah, let me take you this way. Great to see you. Oh, she'd be very happy to help you.
I would be very happy.
Yeah.
Way back here in the back. You try to hide as much as you can.
Okay, and just kind of tighten up a little bit. Okay, and everybody look at the lens. If you can't see the lens, we can't see you.
Eric.
Good smiles. We got you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Maybe one more. Good smiles. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whoever.
All right, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Did you get one?
This is where you tell them they don't have to stay. This is where you tell them they don't have to stay.
They don't have to stay, right, yeah. You guys are all free to go if you wish, okay? Because the rest of it's really boring. Can you get my glasses?
They're all taking up on it. I'm out of town.
Can't blame them, I'd be leaving too.
So if I come up with last, I mean, I don't need to listen to that. That's all we have.
All right, I need to get a motion for the Board of Traffic and Parking, please.
Get even with me.
Lou?
Oh, yes, excuse me. I move for appointment of David Holler and Kathleen O'Connor, terms to expire September 27, 2023, to the Board of Traffic and Parking.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Hagerstown Housing Authority?
Mr. Mayor, I would note for the record that I don't believe you need a motion because it's your appointment. However, having said that, I will still make it so we can make it official.
Make it
I
official.
move Lynette Cunningham to Hagerstown Housing Authority for a term to expire August 30, 2020.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby would move to amend the agenda to move citizen comments to last on the agenda.
Second.
Discussion.
Mayor, I've found that we historically for decades had council comments last. Administration or two ago, we moved them to first in the anticipation that that would allow us to have more back and forth with citizens. It seems to have backfired. I think we had a better plan in the past, and we moved that we make it that way.
So we're moving citizen comments and mayor and council comments to the end?
That would be my recommendation.
from here on out, or?
That would be my recommendation. That's, I'm making a motion to do so, yeah.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move the citizen comments, city administrator comments, mayor council comments to the end, after new business. Consent agenda, please. I'm sorry, approval of minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move for approval of minutes as presented for the mayor and council meetings held on August 6, 13, 20, and 27, all 2019.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Consent agenda.
Mr.
Mayor?
Mayor? Oh, go ahead.
Hereby move that all the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Under unfinished business, approval of an ordinance, quitclaim alley 5-71.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move for approval of an ordinance to quitclaim the unimproved portion of Alley 5-71 between 827 and 829 View Street, as it is no longer needed for a public purpose.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of an ordinance amending the code of the city of Hagerstown by repealing and reenacting sections of chapter 64, building construction, article 1 thereof, building standards.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move that the mayor and city council approve an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Hagerstown, chapter 64, article 1 by deleting and repealing chapter 64, building construction, article 1, building standards, and replacing it with a new article 1, building standards, which provides for updated building requirements, licensing, and penalties. With this ordinance, the present code provisions will be enforced through December 31st, 2019, and the new code provisions would become applicable January 1st, 2020.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of an ordinance, amend the code of the city of Hagerstown by repealing sections of chapter 64, building construction there, article 2 thereof, demolition of structures.
Mr. Mayor, I move the mayor and city council approve an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Hagerstown, chapter 64, article 2, by repealing sections to chapter 64, building construction, article 2, demolition of structures, which provided requirements for building demolition that are covered under sections of article 1, building standards, and chapter 187, nuisance and abandoned property abatement. With this ordinance, the code provisions shall become effective immediately upon the effective date of this enacting ordinance.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approve an ordinance, amend the code of the city of Hagerstown by repealing and reenacting sections of chapter 64, building construction, articles 4 thereof, electrical standards.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move mayor and city council approve an ordinance to amend the code of city of Hagerstown, chapter 64, building construction, article 4, electrical standards, by deleting and repealing chapter 64, building construction, article 4, electrical standards, and replacing it with a new article 4, electrical standards, which provides for updated building requirements, licensing, and penalties. With this ordinance, the present code provisions will be enforced through December 31, 2019, and the new code provisions would become applicable January 1, 2020.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approve an ordinance, amend the code of the city of Hagerstown by adding sections of chapter 64, building construction, article 3 thereof, property maintenance standards.
Mr. Mayor, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move that the mayor and city council approve an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Hagerstown, chapter 64, article 3, by adding sections to chapter 64, building construction, article 3, property maintenance standards, which provide requirements for rooftop egress routes. With this ordinance, the code provisions shall become effective immediately upon the effective date of this enacting ordinance.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of an ordinance, amend the code of the city of Hagerstown by repealing and reenacting sections of chapter 64, building construction, article 5 thereof, plumbing standards.
Yeah, we got them in
Something's-
wrong order.
yeah.
That's the problem is. Okay, we're,
What-
Yeah, we're back on track.
We're on
under
5.
F.
No, we're on 5.
Or, we're on Article 5.
Yes.
Plumbing.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move that the mayor and city council approve an ordinance to amend the Code of the City of Hagerstown, Chapter 64, Building Construction, Article 5, Plumbing Standards, by deleting and repealing Chapter 64, Building Construction, Article 5, Plumbing Standards, and replacing it with a new Article 5, Plumbing Standards, which provides for updated building requirements, licensing, and penalties. With this ordinance, the present code provisions will be enforced through December 31st, 2019, and the new code provisions will become applicable January 1st, 2020.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of an ordinance, amend the code of the city of Hagerstown by repealing and enacting sections of chapter 64, building construction, article 6, thereof mechanical standards.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move for mayor and city council to approve the addition of 3640 North Potomac Street to the city's competitive negotiated sale, CNS process, with the goal of transferring the property to the private sector and returning the property to the tax rolls. The property will be added to CNS with a list price of
Also at the wrong
Yeah, it's
one.
the wrong one.
Approval of an ordinance, amend the code of the city of Hagerstown by repealing and reenacting sections of chapter 64, building construction, article 6, thereof mechanical standards.
Mr.
Mayor, go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move that the mayor and city council approve an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Hagerstown, Chapter 64, Building Construction, Article 6, Mechanical Standards, by deleting and repealing Chapter 64, Building Construction, Article 6, Mechanical Standards, and replacing it with a new Article 6, Mechanical Standards, which provides for updated building requirements, licensing, and penalties. With this ordinance, the present code provisions will be enforced through December 31st, 2019, and the new code provisions will become applicable January 1st, 2020.
Second.
Emily, second. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of after-school program, ETJ dance group.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move for mayor and council approval of funding for the ETJ Dance Group after-school program that is held at the Suman Avenue Community Building. The HHA provides a variety of constructive after-school programs. The area youth program runs for the 2019-2020 school year at a cost of $3,500.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of after-school program at Parkside Community Center.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move for mayor and council approval for funding of the after-school program at Parkside Community Center. The HHA provides a variety of constructive after-school programs to area youth. This program runs for the 2019-2020 school year at a cost of $18,881.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of Barbara Ingram School for the Arts, Bissell Foundation Holiday Lamp Post Decorating Project.
Mr. Mayor, I hereby move for approval of the Barbara Ingram School for the Arts BISFA Foundation Street Lamp Holiday Project. For the 9th year, the BISFA Foundation has requested to partner with the City of Hagerstown to decorate the street lamp post in City Center by selling sponsorships for personalized holiday banners. BISFA is seeking approval to use the lamp post for their program and will take care of the labor to install the banners. BISFA volunteers and/or a contractor will follow city guidelines for their installation, and volunteers will sign hold harmless agreements, and/or the contractor doing the installation will provide the city with a certificate of insurance.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, Austin, go ahead.
All right, we'll try this again. Let's see if you can all get it right this time. I hereby move for the mayor and city council to approve the addition of 3640 North Potomac Street to the city's competitive negotiated sale, CNS process, with the goal of transferring the property to the private sector and returning the property to the tax rolls. The property will be added to CNS with a list price of $460,000 based on a recently conducted appraisal. Purchase proposals will be evaluated based on both offer price and how the future use of the property will contribute to the vitality of downtown.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, citizen comments, we have 3 individuals. Oh,
If I could make briefly address the change in the agenda, it's my understanding that council wishes to amend the rules of procedure to permanently change the agenda so that comments are placed at the end of the agenda. Is that a correct understanding?
That's correct.
Yes.
And then it's also my understanding that council wishes to make that change tonight. To clarify on the record, I think there ought to be 2 motions. One to suspend the rules to change tonight's agenda, and then a motion to amend the rules to make that permanent change to the rules of procedure, which can be announced at this meeting and then implemented at the next meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we got a first and a
That's to
second.
suspend the rules.
Suspend the rules? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so be it.
Me, I think.
And then you need
And
another
then to
motion.
amend the rules going forward.
I move to amend the rules going forward.
Second.
Okay, let's have a conversation for a work session next week.
Sounds good?
We'll
Absolutely.
table that part until then. We'll wait. We can do the special, we got a special session next week. Yeah, so we can do it then. Okay. We review them and then have a special session. Okay. All right, so now we're moving on to citizen comments. Harold King from Boone's Bar, please step up, give us your name and address, please.
Sir, good evening. My name is Harold King. I'm a resident of Boonesboro, Maryland. However, our family does do most of our shopping activities here in Hagerstown, Maryland. We like it a lot here, and I want to thank you for your time this evening. I'm here tonight to talk to you about the atrocity that has been occurring in Hagerstown for many years, currently at 160 West Washington Street. That atrocity, as you may well know, is abortion, the murder of unborn humans.
Mr. Mayor, I move we adjourn. Under Robert's rules, that's a precedent motion.
It is.
Are there any other
I
motions?
need to get a second.
Second.
That discussion?
I don't particularly want to say and listen to the conversation.
See, God is the creator of
There's a
Anybody
motion
else?
on the floor.
You have a motion on the floor.
And that life
I think, you know, it's,
From the moment of conception, there is a developing human life in the womb.
when you want
Nothing
to
grows if it is not.
change a law,
Point of order is Mr. Hefferman's making a discussion during the discussion moments of a motion that was made. Please wait till Mr. Heffernan is finished. Go ahead.
when you want to change a law, it doesn't do any good to go before a body that has no control whatsoever. I mean, we hear this week after week after week in citizen comments, or month after month, I should say, in citizen comments. And this body has absolutely no control. Even if we wanted to do, if we all agreed to do something, there's nothing in the city charter, there's nothing the city can do. This is a federal.
So, part of the reason I'm here is because there are,
We have a motion, we have a second, we have a discussion from the body. Any other discussion? On the motion to adjourn, how say you?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.